Take 3. Last night yesterday, just beating into that west wind sucked. I turned back, called it a day, and went to the bar. Met with some friends and had some fun. But today we got a killer breeze out of the east. I'm feeling pumped. I'm gonna let it blow me all the way down to Conneaut, drop the anchor, sleep, catch the west wind back tomorrow, or maybe try and beat into it again for another 2 days and go all the way to Put-in-Bay. I don't know. But I'm feeling pumped because this wind today is nice. Everybody's out. It's hot, sunny. Feeling good. Had a good breakfast, some tea. I think some more tea in the sun. Who knows? Gull Point, baby! There is the shallow buoy. We're 20 feet away from it. Boat length. Over we're in 20 feet of water, so it's all good. Dude, it could not be a better day out here. Holy smokes. I'm feeling so pumped. Look at this, man. Perfect. I could do this forever. Oh, I just started. It's only been like a half hour, so we'll see. But Conneaut, here we come. Maybe Eschspiel, who knows? There are all these little buoys floating around out here. I don't know what they are. Lunch, got some peas and some chicken. I'm trying to make fried grilled chicken. I don't really know how though. We're doing about 6 knots. This is along quite nice. Got both solar panels going. It's a little hazy here to the north. It could be rain. I don't think it's a storm, but it's okay to that direction, to the south or like west that we're headed in the direction of Conneaut and Eschspiel. I think we're good. We're making great time. We should be there by 7 o'clock maybe. That was good. Old Bay, garlic powder, onion powder, and some flour. I just fried it up for a couple minutes until it's done cooking. Just like cheap chicken from Dollar General. And peas. It's the spot. It's the 3rd time. I'm surprised I got that one on video, kinda. It's just gonna take a video of the sun finally coming out here a little bit, and I jibed. I even set a rope here, so if it looks like it's gonna jibe, I'd grab it, but of course I'm holding the camera. Days are rough off the stern quarter. We got a jibe. Head into Ashtabula. Alright, so we're getting ready to go into Ashtabula Harbor. I'm about 30 minutes or so out. So I don't know, what is that, 2.5 nautical miles. I've never gone to Ashtabula Harbor before, so I decided to check it out. Got, what was it, 7:18, have an hour and 40 minutes till sunset. So plenty of time to drop the hook, and that's about it. That's all I care to do. Get some sleep. All right, we got about 35 feet of road out. Should be good for the night. I think I'm gonna take a dip. The neighbors say that the water's warmer than the air, so all right. Well, I'm just at, it's just like Conneaut Harbor. There's just a break wall and some giant ships and industry and nothing too much. Certainly not Presque Isle. But really pretty sunset right now. Yeah. A little bit of rain. Just barely missed the sunset, but swam over to, oh, you see him? That boat. Made friends with Chris and John and Christine. And they made me a cocktail and we hung out and swam. It was nice. Very pleasant. They said that there's some nice restaurants and a bar in town. Maybe I'll check it out tomorrow, but I'm perfectly happy here at Anchor. It's quite nice. Motoring into Ashtabula, like the town of. I'm gonna see if I can get a quick run in. Kind of nice. The wind's not supposed to kick up for a little while yet, I think. So a little bit of time before we get out there. The chance of thunderstorms. But I'm assuming that just means rain. There's a couple of big clouds. I think we'll be good. It is a cool arch. Supposedly there's a public dock up ahead. First time going under some kind of bridge. Pretty sweet. Hopefully it's tall enough. Let's see. Dude, wow. This place is great. That's the pizza of some sort. Jared taught me how to make pizza. You don't put too much sauce on. You put just the right amount of sauce on. I put too much sauce on. So it's just about to finish eat my pizza, which is done cooking. And then, well, I made it because we were in the doldrums, but all of a sudden, out of absolute nowhere, we got hit with a nice wind out of the west northwest, just like the weather said. But boy, this is way more than 8 knots. We're really being into it. It's gonna be a long day, but we're cruising when we get going. It's a nice wind. Can't complain. Sun's out. All right, we're sailing now. We finally got the sails tuned and the rudder set, so we're going. It seems like, was that Friday when I tried to sail upwind? I was going like 3 degrees too high, and I just took off a couple degrees just now. From, you know, I could technically go higher if I needed to, but we're going like twice as fast, and it is epic out here. Look at this. Does not get better. I just poked my head up after a 15-minute nap, and I can no longer see land. There's a bit of a haze over Ohio. There is no land to be seen in any direction. That is incredible. Always wanted to make it out this far. It was a huge achievement for me. The tacker back in. We made it pretty far north. I'm guessing about 10 miles offshore. Hopefully we attack and make some more westerly progress. Hold that for a little while, and at least a couple minutes, and see how we do. So I just checked the weather for tonight and tomorrow. It looks like the wind tonight is going to stay steady. It actually come a little bit more out of the north, which is good because we want to go west. So I'm guessing we have another probably probably 2.5 or minimum, maybe 3 hours to get back close enough to shore. If the stack is good to get us into the next port, or we can drop anchor. But if it's going to be a good night with favorable wind, might just have to sail the night. I'll have to. I kind of want to. Always wanted to, so we'll give it a shot. But it is beautiful out here. Very lucky. My only concern about sailing at night is if my batteries can hold enough charge to run the autopilot and the lights. .1:32 a.m. Sailing. The motor's on just to charge the batteries, but there's plenty of wind out here. It's absolutely epic. The moon just keeps peeking out behind the clouds. Probably won't show up on video. Oh yeah, there it is. The autopilot's working great. We've got lots of wind, beautiful stars. Kind of napping and then watching the Big Dipper overhead to make sure it stays in the same place as we go, and checking listening to the autopilot, watching the lights, and poking my head out every 30 minutes or so to really up, make sure there's no new boats around. But I haven't seen anything yet tonight, except for stars. Just sleeping on deck, or trying to sleep. Pretty awesome. I mean, a good night's rest at anchor is certainly a treat, but wow, is it beautiful out here. This is truly a neat experience. There's Cleveland. Nice sunrise. It's about, it's right on 8 o'clock. Gonna do the first tack of the day. I think we're about 2 or 3 miles off the shore at that big ship. I think he's just parked over there on the Navionics. It looks like a dumping area or something. Yeah, not much wind, unfortunately. Oh, that's a barge. Neat. So there's absolutely almost no wind right now. I'm like 2 miles away from Cleveland, 20 miles away from the next harbor being Loran, and then another 20 miles or so from Loran to Island/Sandusky, which is the alternate goal. So I think what we're going to do is just motor for a little while until we find some wind, or get to Loran. If we motor to Loran, we'll get there by probably 1 or 2 p.m. and just hang out until we get wind. I really don't want to motor. I'd rather sail. It's kind of what I came to do more than anything. But I know I'd probably regret if I just went to Cleveland and then went home after that. If I stayed all day in Cleveland, I think I wouldn't have enough time to check out Put Bay and all those places up there on the west end of Lake Erie. But there's plenty of things to do aboard. We gotta maybe get another workout in and clean the deck. Play some guitar, read a book, I don't know. It's all fun. Then we'll get some wind. It's 11:40, we've been motoring for 2 hours and 45 minutes or so, and we got the sails up, finally got some wind. Feels good, it's hot though. I'm a little tired from being up last night. But, simple drink for a simple man, a little vodka and club soda. Really goes a long way. Especially when it's hot like this. So change of plans. Instead of anchoring out in Loran Harbor, which would have just been anchoring out in Loran Harbor for 12 hours because there was absolutely nothing to do there, because I couldn't find a spot to just tie up and go for a run. It would cost me $80 to get a transient slip, which I don't really want. And then I got a text from Dad saying that the wind, southern breeze, starts at 5 p.m. instead of 3 a.m. like I was expecting. So we're gonna go for it and try and make the last leg to Sandusky / Kelly's Island this afternoon. It's 3:22. Hopefully we can get there before dark. We have about 20 miles to go. At the rate we're going right now, we absolutely will not. But if that southern breeze kicks up like they say it should, then I think we will. It's gonna be a fun ride. So we're trying to find an anchorage. I'm just a little bit east of Cedar Point. Whew. Check it out, made it all that way in this little dinghy. I got dry feet. I'm gonna go for a run. There's Cedar Point, and you can just barely see Kelly's Island up ahead. Taking it easy. I'm whooped from that run. I don't know if we're gonna do seven miles this morning. Just explored around. It wasn't too fast, but whew, it's hot. It was hot. Checked out a couple nature preserves and things. We made it to Kelly's Island. I'm gonna grab some gas and hopefully explore the town, grab some groceries, and then go anchor out, explore the park, and call it a day. That sounds like a lot. So just fueled up. Put, I don't know, 8 gallons in the tank. A little tough. I think there might be a spot or two here that I could tie up, but it's not great. It's super windy. So this is the south side of the island. I'm going to try and sail over to the north side and drop anchor off the state park. They check that out. I'd like to get groceries, but there's nothing I really need. This sweet little town. I'm excited to check it out. It is blowing out here. It's gonna be a ripper. Look at that guy. That thing is moving. About a year ago, I was looking at boats, and one of the requirements was that I wanted a shallow draft. So that way I could sail around the islands in Lake Erie. And here I am, a year later, sailing around the islands of Lake Erie. Last night I anchored in 6 feet of water, which I certainly couldn't have done with a normal fin keel yacht. Man, rough night. The wind was supposed to be out of the south, and there was no wind, but then there was waves from that direction for some reason all night. Didn't really sleep at all. And then it rained. And of course the boat's getting blowed in the shore, and I'm sitting about 6 feet of water. I need about 4 feet. I was afraid of the rudder hitting the bottom, which it luckily never did, I don't think. And now the wind is out of the north, so I'm completely unprotected in this harbor that I thought for sure would be good. But we're gonna head out and probably go for Middle Bass Island, which is a little bit north of Putnam Bay. It's around, that might be it over there. It's not too far, but hopefully we can get some protection from the north. That guy just flew right overhead. That was cool. Except for he is looking for a missing person in the water. I keep hearing him come on the radio. A little scary. A 21-year-old male. It could be me, man. Casting off of Put-in-Bay. I'm expecting some big seas and high winds, so I'll really dot my I's and crossing the T's here today before we head out. And we're off. Well, so much for the strong west wind that I was afraid of. It's maybe 6 knots out of the north, and I'm just running full sail, broad reach, heading towards Sandusky. Check that out. I think I'll get a little workout in. I cannot for the life of me get these sails to go downwind. Right, it seems like both east and south are due downwind. The breeze is just so light right now. So what I'm going to do is try taking down the mainsail, and then see if I can get the Genoa to fill by itself. I tried going wing and wing with the mainsail on one side and the Genoa on the other, but it just didn't do anything. I want to go south, but in order to go wing and wing, I had to go east, but the wind's coming out of the north. So right off the bat, we're going at maybe a better direction. I don't know if we're going any faster, I would doubt. And the fact that we're going the direction that we want to, we are not going to get there soon, so that's good. We're just casting off of Sandusky. It's about 5:30 a.m. It's 9:37. We've been traveling since 5:30 this morning. We've gone, I think, 8 miles. So pretty slow. There's a tiny bit of wind, and I've been told that it's going to die around noon. So that gives us about 2.5 hours of not much wind, and then there's going to be no wind. But this morning I ate a big breakfast of eggs and cleaned the cockpit and rinsed the deck off. So I've been sailing downwind with just the jib again, which seems to work pretty good. I wanted to try the spinnaker today, but I've never done it, and I don't really know how, and I don't know if I have everything to do it. Might be some of the best sailing yet of the trip, and we're about 20 miles from home. We just crossed into Pennsylvania. Got 6 knots wind off the stern, cruising at about probably 4.5 or 5 knots, pretty consistent. The sails on broad reach on the starboard side. Boat's pitching and pulling. Autopilot's doing a great job. Probably better than me. Glad to wrap this trip up on a high note. This is pretty epic. I could do this certainly all day, because I am. But probably cross an ocean like this. This is epic. It's beautiful. solar panels are charging the battery. Today might be the first day that I could actually use the radio a little bit because we have enough sun and enough power. And the sails aren't casting a shadow over the solar panels. Everything's charged up. I'm excited to get home, but only because of the completion of an epic journey. If I say to you tomorrow, take my hand, child, come with me. It's to a castle that will save you. This is shall never be. Catch your wind, see a spin, sail away, meet the day we're high in the sky. Playing woe when the wind won't blow. You really shouldn't go, it only goes a show. That you are taking that time. Say to you tomorrow, oh, if fun here, there's to stop us, pretty baby, oh, it should never be. Hey, catch your wind, see a spin, sail away, leave the day we're high in the sky. When whoa, when the wind won't blow, you really shouldn't go, it only goes to show that by taking my out with the sun, and you wonder oh, the answer lies with you, yeah. You catch your wind, see a spin, sail away, leave the day we're high in the sky. When whoa, when the wind won't blow, you really shouldn't go, it only goes to show. Say around 5:30 the wind completely died, but we still had big 3 to 4 foot rollers, and I really wasn't able to sail, so we kicked on the motor and motored at about 5.5 or 6 knots. Still downwind, but there's just not enough wind for the big waves. And then I'm sitting on the back of the boat reading the newspaper, and I start, like, I smell a little of the, like, just the diesel fume like usual, and then I smell more, and then I start to feel a breeze. Well, we're going downwind and I'm feeling a breeze. What the heck? So I look at the water and there's ripples forming. Like, what the heck? You know, it's the wind's kicking up again. So I brought down the throttle, put the motor in neutral, and threw up a sail, and sure enough, here we are. We're ripping as fast as we were motoring, but now I'm under sail again. 15 knots of wind. Just showed up randomly at 7 p.m. which is unusual. Usually the wind dies down. This is how you run the point. We're flying. Reef the main, I'm gonna reef the jib in a second as we turn upwind a little bit more. Last little bit of sailing, and I'm putting the motor on and we're going through the channel. Not a bad last bit. It's blowing out here.